Matt's already breaking his boat. Got rid of the 13. I'm running an 8 horsepower now. It's just idle. I mean, cruising along here. But also have a leak in the boat too on this pontoon, so at least we isolated it. Got some Gorilla Tape on it so we can get down to camp, and then I can fix it, because you know that's how I want to start off a week-long trip, by losing air in my boat. But at least we're not Willie. Let's take a look at Willie, because we're floating 6 miles downstream. So Willie decided to go ahead and get that little like float that's good enough for a 5th grader, and that's about it. So now he's walking 6 miles in the river. Hey, you're doing a good job, Willie. Keep it up. Oh, Willie. Whee! Out on the river again. There's Mark. There's Nick. Willie's been left in the dust on his garbage flotilla.
That was garbage!
We'll eventually get down, or we'll come up after we unload and help him get his shit down. We out on the river. We're not even close to where we're going to be yet. We got like 4 miles to go at least. Just gorgeous out right now though. Absolutely friggin' gorgeous. The boat's doing fantastic, fully loaded with all the camp gear and a 4-inch dredge. We putzing along. God, it's gorgeous looking Bedrock. Look at that Bedrock. Look at it. Just look at it. Mark got stuck. Mark got stuck on a rock. Yeah, just a little bit. I bumped off of one. Yeah, I did too.
Oh, hit a rock.
Floating down now, trying to find a place to set up camp. Too promising there. Stooge 1 and Stooge 2 up in front. I'm kind of hanging back here. Running a little light on the air there.
The boat's gonna sink.
Hopefully find a place to set up camp soon.
Day 1 of the epic 6-day, well, actually technically day 2. It took us most yesterday to get all the way down here, 6 miles. But now we're getting out on the river finally. But we're gonna get down on the river and try and get some samples punched. Nick already had to fix a hole in his boat. Mark's got to fix a hole in his boat. Willie's outrigger, you can see, is wrecked on the island right there because his boat's basically a wreck.
Matt broke my propeller.
I broke Nick's propeller. You know, it's been a good trip so far. I didn't bring any eggs. Everybody's pissed about that.
Come on, come on, come on. Where are the eggs?
But it's a beautiful day on the river, so I can't beat it. Can't beat it. Come on, Dredgy McBoatface. We're in the shallows right now. I gotta get out of them and into the main channel here. Our first couple samples for us are gonna be about, I think, a 1/4 mile down river from camp. Willie's gonna start sampling up above us here. We'll see what he gets. And we got Dale and Bobby coming later. They'll probably just start out sampling around camp here. It's an interesting area. You got a big cobble field right there.
Mark,
Exposed.
figure out where to launch from?
Exposed bedrock. Knee deep's perfectly fine to launch in.
Well, if you weren't in my way, I'd be able to get on here easier too.
Well, get out of the way then, bitch.
Oh, shit. And falling.
You're headed for a takedown, dog on a long leash.
first sample of the day. We just did trench sample 1. Mark's hitting trench sample 2. And Nick's hitting trench sample 3. There's like a deep trench that cuts across the river, kind of like this. So we're testing kind of right below it a little bit and into it. But I completed my first hour sample. And I mean, there's a nice sized flake and then a bunch of fines, but not quite what I'm looking for. Probably gonna jump down here to or over to the other side of Nick and do trench sample 4, and then we'll probably I'll probably jump down. The next set of samples is right on what looks like a fault. There's a bunch of rocks sticking up right through there. I think that's right about where it is. I'll have to consult my map, but I'll probably hopscotch over past Nick, get into what trench sample 4, so we'll have a good idea cutting across the river here of what it looks like, and then we'll drop down to fault sample 1, 2, 3, 4, cutting across the river down there. That's the plan so far. Got a little bit of gold for an hour. Not quite what I would be looking for yet, but there's gold, so hey, I'm happy to see some. Getting started on sample trench 4. Nick's on sample trench 69 apparently. I don't know why he's punched so many samples that he's had 69 of them, but whatever.
Oh, so immature.
Look at some of those nice quartz veins in there though. They're everywhere. Just beautiful. None of these hold any gold, but they're just gorgeous. I like big quartz and I cannot lie. All them other little stringers can't deny.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Yep, we'll get fired up and hit this one, and then we'll have completed our 4 samples across the river right here, then we'll back up and hit the fault samples. Sample trench 4. Nice material, nice crumbly, craggy bedrock with nice cracks that broke apart and everything, but still maybe 10 colors, not what we're looking for yet. I think both Mark's and Nick's samples were the same as was mine on the other side there. Nothing yet. Got to move down river more, because I think my sample 2 years ago at the 2.5 inch was better for 30 to 45 minutes of dredging, but that was a half mile down river. So we're going to keep kind of hopscotching down and trying to hopefully pick something up. Float on down a couple 100 yards to the fault samples that we have. Sample fault 4 here. Nick is more or less set up on fault 3. The issue we're having is there's literally almost nothing to dredge. It's almost all bare bedrock through a bunch of this. So that's what we're more so struggling to find, is actual like cobble field stuff. It's mainly all just exposed bedrock all over the place. So Nick had to drop back a little bit. This one has decent cobble. I think Mark's gonna have to go search for cobble downstream somewhere, but we'll see. That's all we can do is keep trying.
Keep trying.
Fault 4. Not really much of anything. Maybe 10, less than 10 colors. Nothing of any size, all fines. Like I said, up in that area, the problem was just finding material. Is all almost exposed bedrock all the way across. So even if it's a fault or not, it really doesn't matter if there's no material to dredge. There's nothing there. All the bedrock was rather smooth with not much crack. We got more or less, Nick and Mark are finishing up with, I think, faults 3 and 2, and then 1, there was really no material over on this side over here for it. So now we're dropping back to the next set of 4 across, which I think I call bend 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm on bend 4 right now, and I came and scouted this, and it does look like there's a lot more nice material in this area, and the bedrock looks different. We'll see what we come out with. We're coming up to the end of the day here on day 1 of dredging. So hopefully get 1 more sample. That'll be 4 for me, and 3 maybe for Nick if he punches another one, and maybe about the same for Mark. So we'll see what we get. We're just continuing to drop backwards towards that original first 2.5-inch sample I had 2 years ago down this way that produced like 4 or 5 nice colors in 30 to 45 minutes with a 2.5-inch. It's a better sample down there in less time with a smaller dredge than I think we've had anywhere up here yet. So that's saying either there's no good catches and nothing caught, or the source is still somewhere between us and the other sample. We'll find out. By tomorrow, we should be all the way back to that sample probably, that original 2.5-inch sample, which I think was part of the video called Little Dredge, Big River.
Okay, fish, you done yet? Whoop. Yeah, I figured I'd mess around and go fishing. Already got one. Out on the beautiful river with the dowkey, and you know what that means. The belt's not on. Because, you know, why would I have the belt all hooked up after Matt took it and then didn't replace it? And then look at him having all the fun up there, and I'm stuck here fixing the dowkey. Go figure. Why wouldn't I be? Why wouldn't I be messing with the dowkey right now? Huh? I mean, it's just a normal thing. Just do it all the time. Because somebody stole my belt. Pretty sure I'm gonna bury him out here. Oh.